Hey y'all, Jen Hernandez, Loan with Jen. How to calculate home equity in your home. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Hey, check out our YouTube channel. I've got a library of videos that are ready to go if you're buying, refinancing, purchasing a home. Check it out. All right. Your value, that's the place to start. How do you know what the value of your home is? So there's lots of online tools, lots of online portals that, say, hey, here's your value. A great place to start really is probably to call your realtor that helped you. Your realtors want to be your realtor for life, so that's a great place to start. Your value is usually different than what you're probably being taxed on. Okay, so the taxing authority does not always have the full taxed value. Every state is different, but I know in Texas where I live, there's a cap. So if you're in a home and it's your primary residence, you can't be raised on your taxes more than 10% every single year. So every state's a little bit different. So your realtor is a great place to start as to knowing the pulse of the market and what you could actually sell the home for, meaning what is the actual market value of the home. So let's just say, in this example that we're going to do, I'm just going to pick out of the air a home of $300,000. Let's just pretend that the house that you live in is worth $300,000, okay? So the way that you find the equity is you say, okay, my house is worth $300,000. What's my loan amount? So in this example, we're going to have your loan amount as $200,000. We're just going to keep the numbers really simple. So the equity would be $300,000 value minus $200,000 loan. So your equity is the difference between the two, which is $100,000. So that's the equity in the home. Now, there's different reasons why someone would want to know the equity. You might be selling a home, or you might be wanting to do a refinance on a home and get some equity out to use to purchase another property or to do home improvements. So first I'm going to address, let's say that you want to sell the home and you want to buy another one. So the equity in the example that we just used is $100,000. Now you need to realize that off of that $100,000, not all that money is going to go in your pocket. So a couple of things when you're selling a home that you need to remember is that number one, you're probably going to have commissions to a realtor. So whatever those commissions are, usually it's a percentage of the purchase price. So if you sold it for $300,000, you've got a percentage of a commission to the realtor. So commissions vary, states vary, markets vary, so I'm not going to go over the actual commission, but it's anywhere from 3 to 6%. Some states are higher, sometimes we've seen 7%. So that needs to come off of the $100,000. You've also, maybe you have some other little miscellaneous loans. We've also seen sometimes people get solar panels or improvements to the home that a lien is filed. So make sure that you subtract that. And you've also got title company fees or attorney's fees. When you sell the home, there's fees that you as a seller need to incur. That's usually about 1% of the price. So in this example of a $300,000 price, just assume $3,000. You've also got taxes, property taxes, that you'll need to come whole with the buyer at closing, and your portion of the property taxes for that year to date that you sell the property are due. So make sure that you deduct your $100,000 equity with those items that we mentioned. Now let's flip over and say that you want to know the equity in your home because you want to get some cash. It's called a Cash Out Refinance. There's a couple of ways to do it. You can either have just a little second lien right behind you. You have your current $200,000 in place and you want to just get another little lien behind it to do some improvements. Or you might be refinancing that big $200,000 loan. Remember in our example a few minutes ago was $200,000, and you just want to add to it. You want to take that loan and make it bigger. Okay, so that might be a reason why you're getting equity. Now it's important to note every state is very, very different. In fact, so different that Texas, where I live, is super special, and we max your equity at 80% of the value. Now, all 49 other states actually have a different rule, and they're a lot higher. So you need to make sure you know with a local lender where you live. But in the state of Texas, your equity, you can't take out more than 80% in total loans on the equity of your property. So in this example that we talked about, value is $300,000. You times that by 80%, and you're left with $240,000. Minus the loan that you owe of $200,000, that means you have $40,000 left over to take as equity if you wanted to take that much to make improvements or pay off debt, whatever you want to do with it, that's fine. The lender doesn't control that. But you've got the $40,000 available minus the closing costs. So I hope you've learned a lot from this video. We've gone over lots of different ways to calculate the equity. Talk to your local lender to get more information. Talk to you soon. Legacy Mutual Mortgage is an equal housing opportunity lender. The opinions expressed here do not reflect those of Legacy Mutual Mortgage.